And again we start. Now this will be abomination, because you know, this concept, when I saw it first time, I was like, wow, this concept is easy, should be easy. But turns out I was way wrong, and I tried to do it 2 times. Didn't work too much, so we'll see how we will do live. Live, sometimes I get better results than not lives. So yeah, my advice to those of you who cannot do this concept by themselves, do it live on YouTube, and maybe you can do better, who knows. Probably not, it's difficult. I mean, this concept is, but it's pretty nice. I like it. Link to, no, not link, but the artist is in the description of this video, as well as some useful links to my other channel, to my courses and everything that you need from me. Except this live. This live is not linked in the description. This live is here and now, not in the description of this video. Now we are entering this kind of a holiday season. Many people are on their holidays, especially from the northern hemisphere, where Europe is and United States. Now is summer in our hemisphere, so we are on vacations and stuff. I'm not right now, but many people are, so I don't expect too much people to watch this. As we can see, I started with 30 people, now we have 27 people, which is amazing. I mean, we have less viewers than we started with. Amazing stuff. This is very rarely happening, by the way, and I am hoping that this is because of the vacation stuff, not because I'm ugly today or something. I don't know what is happening. Now we have a little bit more people, 38, which is great. Now, in every sculpt like this, which is even, I don't know, this one is kind of stylized, we start with normal anatomical head. Kind of, not exactly perfectly normal, close to the concept, but otherwise not so different, you know. We have a skull here in the back, big skull, we have the front of the head and everything, so we have a lot of things that are similar to normal heads. That's how we should start in the beginning. Because we are working in 3D, we need to make sure that this looks good in 3D, not only from the front view. If you're trying to do it only from the front view, you may succeed to some point, but when you rotate it and you look at it from another view, it will be so ugly. And I'm sure that many of you have encountered that phenomenon when you do something only from the front for a long time, and then you go from the side view and you're like, what's happening here? What am I doing even? That's very common, so don't be afraid, or don't be some kind of a, you know, ashamed of that. That's absolutely normal. Now I'm trying to achieve kind of the overall shapes. We'll see if I will be able to, but I hopefully will, since I have some experience in the subject and I already did this twice, so I should be relatively fine. I'm not saying that it will be amazing or it will happen. If you are from the viewers now on live, you probably have seen that the thumbnail is it's looking like the concept, but not exactly, which is, yeah, it's normal, since the concept is turned out to be not so easy as I thought. But we will try anyways, because I gave it as a sculpting challenge. I cannot back up or back down or whatever back. I cannot go back, you know. I have to do it live. This is the purpose of my life, to do lives. Yeah. When your purpose in life is to do lives, then Only when you do lives you feel alive. What's happening? Very, very wise, you know. Wise stuff, Nico. Okay, now the chin has to be bigger. So we will move the lips up. The nose can be smaller, and also probably we can lift the eyes. And the eyes should be pretty enormous. I mean, they should be way bigger than the normal person eyes, since this is a stylized person eyes. But something like this, I guess. She looks a little bit like a cat. Why? Not because of the ears only, but because of the nose also. The nose is a little bit kind of a wide. It's not very narrow nose. That's why she looks like a cat. Now, she looks kind of okay in this stage. Now we will add hair. We will add the head. We will add the glasses. We will add... They are goggles, not glasses, but whatever. We will add some stuff, and we will see where we are after all of this. And then we will break symmetry. If we don't break symmetry on this character, we will never achieve the results as the concept. It will be kind of close to the concept or something, but it will never be as good as the concept, which the concept is pretty good. So I'm guessing that we should do it more like the concept. Bigger chin, which, by the way, making a bigger chin is always risky with a female character. With a male character it's fine, but with female it's always risky. We are risking to make it more manly stuff. So we will see how it will go. Let's go and make the hair. This will be the hair, which doesn't look exactly like hair, but you will forgive me. Sometimes things doesn't look exactly like we want them to. But it will be the hair. Believe me. Just believe me. And if you don't believe me, just go 2 minutes ahead. If you're watching after the live, of course. And you will see that this is already looking like some kind of hair. Just for 2 minutes. Yeah, fast and furious we're working as always. Why am I working so fast? You know, you shouldn't work that fast, especially if you work for production. You should work more carefully, not that fast, but more careful. I'm working fast because I'm doing it live, and I don't want to lose anybody's time. I want to just do it. Just do it relatively well, but as well as fast. Now, this is the hair. Let's go to sculpt mode and add more resolution to the hair itself. It will not be exactly like the concept, but at least it will be something like it. And we cannot kind of finish the hair if we don't have the head, so I will do the head. So the head will be done with masks. I'm doing mask here, masking what I need to be the head, and then we will extract it. Is the easiest way in this case, in my opinion, and fastest to do the head. We can do it in numerous other ways. We can model it from plane, we can model it from a sphere or from anything else, but in this case I think it will be faster, harder. Scooter, mask extract, okay, and inflate it a little bit so it's above the head so we can see it better. And now we continue with everything. All right, this is our hat, pilot hat, or whatever hat. I mean, this is Catwoman, so this is the Catwoman's hat, we may say. A lot of people are writing. Are you gonna do portfolio reviews? Probably not today. Nico, I'm on holiday in Greece, but stop swimming to watch a stream. That's flattering, I would say. But yeah, most of the time people, when we are on vacation, we kinda are bored in some way. So we need to have something to do. And watching a stream is one way to kind of get away of that boredom. Although sometimes streams could be boring. I don't know. It depends. Okay, those are the ears. And she already starts to look like our concept a little bit. Not quite, but it's a little bit looking like the concept, which is great. And again, I would say, I will make excuses. She will not, at the end even, look completely like the concept, because I cannot do it. Yeah, even the great Nico cannot do this concept, obviously. I tried. I will show you probably at some point the 2 attempts that I did. And it was not good enough for me, I would say. Probably I have a little bit of higher standards, but even with not so high standards, it was not completely good enough. Yeah, we're keeping it a little bit low poly for now. We'll see up to when we will keep it low. At some point we'll have to go higher. Higher than the moon. Probably not exactly higher than the moon. We will try to not go exactly higher than the moon, because we want to stay with within the internet connection radius. In the moon, I would guess there is no internet in the moon. Yeah, I know it sounds ridiculous for the astronauts to go to the moon and not have internet. I'm just guessing. Maybe the satellites are getting the internet there, I'm not sure. Could be. But we don't know. Unless we go to the moon, we will never know. Or somebody tell us at least. But nobody's going to the moon these days, I don't know why. Probably it's too expensive. And people are, you know, keeping their money to buy a course from Nico. Why not? You go to our station and you buy a course from Nico. Link in the description of the video. Yeah, instead of going to the moon, you can buy a course and learn anatomy. You can learn ZBrush. You can learn a lot of things. Also some life things you can learn. Maybe they are wrong. You will decide. You know, when you have a life coach, for example, or some influencer, the influencer is not responsible for the people he is influencing. Everybody has a head. Usually, we have something which is called a head. It's here. And inside the head, we have something called a brain. And inside this brain, there are processes. And those processes are called thinking. Everybody can do this. Mostly. Most people can do it. And if you cannot do this, then you deserve what's happening to you. If you can't think, you can think if somebody's advices, life advices or whatever, financial advices, are good for you or not good for you. You know? If you fall for some false advertisement or some profits or whatever, it's your problem, not theirs. We have a saying in Bulgaria, it's not who is eating the banitsa. Banitsa is some kind of our breakfast thing. It's not who is eating it, but who is giving it to him. So if you're giving your money to false influencers, it's not their fault. It's yours. You're giving it to them. This is just, you know, my opinion. Of course, there are always old people and sick people and people with some kind of disorders, and some bad guys usually are taking advantage of them, and they are taking their money in some ways, which is of course bad. But I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about healthy people who are falling for false things, which is, yeah, their problem. Okay, we have in hair, we have in a head, we have almost everything except for the goggles, and still she doesn't look good. Why? I will tell you why. Because I'm not as good as I thought I am. And I cannot do this concept properly. That's the real reason. I can say that this concept is too difficult to do in such short amount of time, which probably is true. But most likely I'm not that good. You know, many people are saying Nico is the best or so. No, obviously he's not. If I was the best, I would be able to do this concept without any problem at all, you know. The best should be able to do everything without any problem at all. If you have problems with something, you're not the best. But I prefer not to be the best. I prefer to have problems, to have issues, to work a little bit harder and to struggle sometimes, because this makes me feel a little bit more alive. If I was able to do everything effortlessly, I would get into such depression and it will not be good. So, it's better this way. Believe me. It's always good to bump into a concept that's giving you a little bit more humble view to life, we may say. It's humbling you. I'm not sure how it's called. Humbling. Not humiliating, but humbling. So when I did this concept first time, I was like, okay. The second time, and then I was humble. You see, it started to look a little bit like the concept, but again, before we do the symmetry, nothing is certain. We don't know. It could work, it could not work. Nobody knows. We'll see. And this time, we will do the eyebrows separately, because I think I saw a guy, one of the latest guys who posted in the Discord server, and his eyebrows were fantastic of this particular model. The whole model was fine. So yeah, and they were separately, I think, so let's do it separately and we will be fine. We will not be fine, but we will at least be finer than if we do them not separately. Inflate, smooth, and this. Then, by the way, this eyebrows, it will be easier for me if I just do this and then solidify thickness. We have a huge thickness which we don't need. We need a relatively huge thickness, and then we'll see. Now the eyes are looking strange and we should fix them probably. They should be bigger. And they should have eyeballs inside. The eyeballs are the easiest part, we may say. I will show you why. When we put the eyeballs, it will be just a sphere. And I'm not answering too much questions right now, because we are 20 minutes into the sculpt, we don't have anything. No, we have something. We have. Let's not be too harsh with ourselves, you know. We have something. This is the eyeball. Amazing, very fast. Let's go to mirror it. And let's go to subdivision surface at least 3 times. And apply the subdivision surface, by the way. If we can, yes. It's nice. Now we have it. But again, I'm not too happy with the result that we have. And I will not be. I am almost certain that this video, I will not be happy with my result. But we'll see, who knows. How much will you charge for a character? It depends on the character. Many people are asking that, you know, how much you charge? It depends on the character. I can charge between $500 and $2,000. It depends on the complexity of the character. It depends if you need high poly or just the low poly or just the high poly. A lot of things are in play here. Are you gonna make the glasses? She doesn't have glasses. Let's say she has goggles, which I will make, yes. Let's make them thick, okay. And now, hard surface modeling. Come on, let's do this. Amazing stuff. Hard surface modeling for the win. No. We don't like hard surface modeling. But it's needed sometimes, so Control R, move it up. Okay, this is one of the goggles that she has. We have to do them, yes. And we will also do her earrings, which is the easiest part here of everything. We will generate the mirror to see where we are, and yeah. She has relatively big goggles, so we'll make them big, but we have to have distance between them, so we will have it and move them forward around this position, maybe a little bit down. Should be relatively fine. You see how obviously she will not look like the concept. She's something like it, but not too much. There are some issues here and there, problems. Maybe in some places there is a little bit that's missing, but in some areas it's a lot that's missing from the concept. Yeah. We have to curve the nose. The eyes are relatively fine. Probably we don't have too much to do, but let's make the overall eyes. So how to do eyes? It's very easy. Just do this. Then, oops, we need white. Then do this. Then do this again. And then do this. Always make sure you have this kind of a black thing. And then apply the mirror and make this and this. Okay? So the eyes are well done. Now, probably they should be, the eyeballs should be a little bit bigger. So let's try to make them. Yeah, I did it a little bit bigger, then I will push them in. But again, well, she doesn't look like the concept. Now, her hair is obviously a little bit like this. You see, we are looking at it from below. Why I know that? You see the ear, this ear especially, is starting where the mouth is. Usually the ear starts where the nose is, and the other one is starting where the nose is. So she probably is curved. One of her ears is a little bit lower than the other, which is strange, but it happens in some people. It happens. Probably it's not good for them. We're not mocking them. We're just saying it probably happens. Here we have the inner portion of this, which is awkward. Maybe we should make it thinner or not. Okay, this is thicker. Okay, now it's looking fine. From this position, probably she will be finer. I don't know. The hat is going down. Now let's make the middle portion of the glasses or goggles, whatever. Yeah, you have to know how to do hard surface in Blender, which, I mean, hard surface is not the most difficult thing to do in Blender. It's most likely even easier than the soft surface, which is organic, but soft surface, amazing. And I'm now rotating and doing stupid stuff. I could have done it with a plane, maybe easier than this, but I don't know, maybe not. Let's move it up and we have it, this middle portion. Okay. We need what more? Ah, the earrings we need. Earrings will be this. Tauruses. One Taurus here. Another one for one of the earrings. There are 2 on one ear and 3 on the other one. So yeah. And those are minor things, but they will get a little bit more likeness. So we have to do them. Never make the earrings parallel to each other, it will be boring. Always make them kind of more interesting. Not only the earrings, everything. When you're doing especially hairs, stuff like this, make sure you never do parallel things. For example, something like this will be better, and we'll have to do another one in here. Yeah, and the ears are not exactly ready, as as always, as everything, but we cannot do too much more than that. We just don't have the amount of time necessary to do so. In the amount of time that we have, we're doing whatever we need to do. Okay, what else? She's looking blah, but it's fine. Now, let's do a little bit of black coating. This is black. This is black. This is relatively black, but not so black. So I'll select this color. Grayish. The earrings also like this. And this one. And the lips maybe. But if I start the coloring now, what will we do in the next half hour? I don't know. We will think of something. Okay, she's starting to get some similarities with the concept, especially with the newest addition, which is the coloring. But again, not enough. Not enough for me. Now, the other thing I would like to test, drive, is a cylinder. Why do I need this cylinder? You will say. You will see. It's some little addition to everything, but I think it will add to the character. This kind of thing on the collar thing. On her neck. It's black. And it should be visible like here. And it should be a little bit more black, which means I will take this color. Not this one. Here, okay. And I need to drink some water. What do you call water? Water is water. But some people say water. We say voda. In Russian is voda, so it's similar. Okay, now what I like to do is add a camera here. And I think this position will be fine for her. From this position, let's say. A little bit lower, but it's fine. And we will put the camera here with a key combination, Control-Alt, Numpad 0. Amazing. I know, it's amazing. But here, we would like to change the resolution of the render. Let's say... Oh, no. Okay, like this, it's fine. Okay, nice. And now, I think in the newest blenders, we should be able to do this in another way, but in this blender, we will do it like this. And the camera itself, let's say 75. Okay, 75 should be fine. And it is cool. Now, since we have this camera, we will take the head. And we will duplicate it and move it like this. And why am I doing this? We will see. This is a flat head that I'm doing here. Why do we need flat head? Let's see how it looks, by the way. It doesn't look that bad, the flat head. It even looks interesting. But we need it for the yellow part behind her. That's what I'm about to do. Yellows. You see, it's not yet yellow, but I will go to the camera view with the numpad, and from the camera view, I will try to achieve the look that we have. Not gonna be easy, as you can see, but we'll be able to do it. Ears, and this will be yellow. When we color it, of course. Before that, it will not be yellow, obviously. But when we color it, like now, from here we go to the yellowish thingy. It's orange-yellow, doesn't matter. Oops. And it is kind of, yeah. So, what are we missing here? There are a lot of things, but, for example, we need more resolution for the face. So I will add a little bit more resolution to the face. Good. Why do we need more resolution to the face? I don't know. But sometimes we do. Now we will go with black color for the eyelashes. Why? Because they look better in black. You know, I restrain of doing too much black in the models. But in this case, the eyelashes should be pretty much black. Not just a little bit black. Black. Like blackback. Blackjack. Okay, now with this black, whoops, with this black eyelashes, she is starting to really look better, which I appreciate. The eyebrows, they should be black too, but first, before you go to the black eyebrows, we apply the solidify modifier and we go and remesh those eyebrows, remesh the hell of those eyebrows, and we color them blackish. Now, one of the eyebrows should be like this, her left one, so this one, and the other one we will have to fix. Or change the position of, not fix. Fix is like, yeah, not exactly. Okay, good looking. And yeah, how to fix the other one? I'm guessing that in edit mode, I'll be able to select it and just, without any symmetry, move it like this. And I will have to move the hair a little bit out of the way so we can see it. Okay, good. Not completely bad. Let me drink some water and see what's happening. Oops. How can I contact you? To give you freelance work. In Discord, in my mail. The Discord server link is in the description of this video. And my ArtStation also is linked in the description of this video. A lot of things in the description of this video can be found, I would say. Her head is rotated on one side towards you in the concept and slightly rotated sideways. There are 3 rotations in total. Yeah, a lot of rotations, which we don't like. So we will not do rotations, because we don't like rotations. If we liked rotations, we would do them, but we don't. So we will not do rotations. Thank you very much. Yeah, many people are saying rotations, do rotations. No. But why not? Rotations are best. No. You see, she looks relatively fine right now, even. She has to do better. She has to do better than that. And she will not, from here on out, she will start, mark my words, she will start to look worst. Only worst. I know. You will say, but if you know that, why don't you make her look good? Maybe I can't. Maybe I just am not good enough. Yes, that's probably the reason. This is the thing here, and it should be also kind of this color, yellow or orangey stuff. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, and we have to delete some polygons, of course, like this, from here to here. And these ones, scale them down. Also these ones. Yeah, amazing stuff, right? Not. It's not right. It's not amazing stuff, I know. So now it's time to go to the hardest part, which is saving. No, saving is not the hardest part. The hardest part will be difficult. The hardest part will be difficult. The hardest part will be to do the symmetry, asymmetrical things. You know, is the 2D reference always necessary to make good 3D models? Yes, it is, definitely. If somebody tells you, like the other guy here is telling, no, not at all, it's definitely not true. If you don't have a reference, you most likely will not do a good model, except if you're a very good 2D artist. If you're a very good 2D artist, you probably will be able to do something. But usually we're not that good in 2D, so the better your reference is, the better your model will be. If you don't have any reference, most likely your model will be full of shit, especially if you don't have too much experience and you're not a good 3D artist, you know? So, for everybody who is a beginner, intermediate artist, I recommend using a lot of references, not just your reference that you're doing, but other references as well. Otherwise, you risk for your work, which you spent so many hours on, to be mediocre at best, if you don't have references. So, use references, I always say that. What needs to be done for you to make a sculpture based on my concept art? Very interesting to watch on the process. If your concept art is good enough, I may do something on it. If it's not, of course I will not. You know, as experienced 3D artist, I'm trying to work only with good concepts. I can actually do something decent with bad concepts, but I prefer to work with good concepts, because the results are better, faster also. Not only better, but faster. Better, faster. And that's important for me, since I'm also YouTube streamer, not only teacher. I'm a streamer. I stream my life away. In this case, I'm stream my sculpts away. But it's similar. I'm just a streamer. I stream a better day. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Do, 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 do. Dun, dun. Here. And two more here. I would say it's not the best I've done, but it's not the worst either. So we should be relatively happy with our result. Yeah, this is too low poly, the bottom portion, and it's not perfect. Also, we need to make sure that our hat is also asymmetrical, because now it is pretty symmetrical. The face is not asymmetrical enough even now. We need to make the eyes asymmetrical and everything, which we probably will not do. It's gonna be too much. But the hat, or the helmet, whatever you call it, it should be asymmetrical as hell. Or at least asymmetrical enough. Gazing at the window. No, gazing from the window at the world outside. Wondering, will Mother Earth survive? Guys, don't work without concepts. Don't be stupid. Don't. Find good concepts. Work with them. Don't try to be heroes. There is no heroes. There are no heroes here. You know? Working without concepts is just stupid, nothing else. Especially if you want to do something for a good portfolio, you need a concept. Without concept, what are you doing? I mean, all the time when you work in the industry, you will work from a concept. You will not work without concept, with some exceptions. They made me do some work without concepts, but what I did is not directly started in 3D. I did basic concept work, which means research, gather references, do some basic drawings or sketches, and then, only then, I started working in 3D, not before. This is just, you know, not good if you don't do it properly. Now we have it. It's not exactly like the concept, as you can see. It will never be, but it is fairly not bad. It's fairly not bad. That's the only thing I would say. It's not bad. Maybe we need a little bit more black in here, and in between the lips, especially in this area here, a little bit more black should be fine. And maybe a bit also in this area black. It's faking, I know, but it's true. And also, we need here a few speckles. They're not necessary, but they will just give us a little bit more close representation of our subject. And you see, even I'm struggling with this concept particularly. With some other concepts, I was not struggling as much. This one, I'm struggling. And so, don't be too hard on yourself when you cannot do this particular concept. It's just not easy. I thought that it would be easy when I saw it first time. Sometimes, usually I don't make these mistakes. Usually I am measuring the level of a concept pretty well. But in this case, I was wrong. Which sometimes happens. And I admit it. And I'm ready for forgiveness from all of you. Thank you very much. But yeah, you will say, I don't forgive you. Yeah, you don't forgive me, but many people are forgiving. Why? Because forgiveness is a big thing. We should do it. The forgiveness thing. What is this, Nico? What are you doing? What is this plane? This is just a simple little detail that I want to put right here, right now. Solidify modifier and increase. Oops, not so much. Thank you very much. Not so much. I don't want to be that thick. Okay, with the mouse will be a little bit easier. You see, I'm working with my tablet. By the way, I probably will go next week to vacation, and from the vacation I will try to do a stream. We'll see if I will be able to. And this time, I'm hoping that my tablet will be fine and I will be able to do it with the tablet. Otherwise, I will have to endure the agony of doing some sculpt with a mouse again, which I'm not sure I want. I'm not sure I need this as a person, as an artist. All right, so we have it. Let's see some questions. Thanks for the info, guys. I recently started learning making 3D characters in Blender, but I can't draw, so I can't make my own references, which is why I asked. Even if you can draw, or you think you can draw, which is a different thing, don't make your own references. It will be a very big mistake. Can I make a sculpt request from an artist in ArtStation? Dmitro Danilov, can you please show the process of the stylized school kit? We'll see. Maybe someday. You can have 3D reference. I mean, 2D itself isn't strictly necessary. Exactly, yes. You can watch from other artists how they did the certain thing, you know. Let's make the white background, by the way. How to do it? There was a way to do it from... I don't know exactly. There was a way to do it from here, but I will just put one plane outside in the dark. Make it big. This is nice. And put it back. And with the white background, it's kind of finished, as you can see. It's looking not like the concept. Yeah, the head of the concept is a little bit tilted, and there are other things. But for the time being, I think we're fine. Hello, Nico. When is it necessary to cut a character in parts for 3D print? If you want the 3D print guy to have easier time, and also when you have a very complex model, like the dragon girl that I did, this one, you know, I will give this to a guy to print it again and to color it. But he said that he will be having a very difficult time coloring this because he will have to mask certain things if it's not cut. So we will discuss with him how to cut it exactly and how to do it, but we haven't get there. Now it's vacation time and everything, so maybe in the fall time, I don't know. Hey Nico, are you using one monitor or two monitor for reference? Back in the days when pure ref was not a thing, this program, pure ref, back in the days, it was not a thing. I was using two monitors, one monitor for references, one monitor for work. Now I have two monitors, but one is for internet and the other one is for work with the reference of PureRef. So yeah, nowadays you don't need exactly two monitors that much. You had 3 screens and a mini universe on the desk. Yeah, exactly. Really like watching you doing speed sculpt. Yeah, many people like to watch it. That's why I have 77 almost 1,000 subscribers on this channel. By the way, if you're watching and you're not subscribed, just click it. It's not that big of a deal, you know. It will help me reach 1,000. I mean, the other channel that I have, which is called just Speedchart, this one is Speedchart Live, has almost 1,000. I think 92 or something thousand subscribers, which is great. But 100,000, yeah, the other channel will reach them sooner than this one, definitely. I screenshot your streams and use them as a reference. You can do that, of course. Everything, you can do everything. It's not cheating if you do it to teach yourself, for purposes of teaching yourself. Lol, will we ever get jobs in the industry in this economy? No, in this economy we probably will not get jobs in the industry. But this economy most likely will not continue forever. So I give it like 2 years and probably everything will get back to normal. Who knows? I will often sculpt without concept due to the fact that I make my own concepts. I do 2D illustration, but it's much easier to have a 2D reference ready to start doing 3D. Exactly. I can draw, basically. I can draw, but I can do 3D. I have a lot of experience, but starting from nothing, without any idea even, maybe you have some idea. When you have a very good idea what you will do in your head, it's easier to just sketch it on a piece of paper. It will be very quick, like for 20 minutes sketch it, and then you will have a very good idea where to put your model, how to achieve your model. Otherwise you will have more difficult time. You know, sometimes we have to work without reference. They given us some references from photographs or whatever and say make a soldier with this kind of gear, this kind of gear, this kind of gear. And then we are doing it, but it's a little bit slower because you don't have exactly idea where to put everything. You have to adjust it, you have to put it again, you have to adjust it again. There are a lot of processes if you don't have an exact concept, and that's why I like to have exact concept, you know. How do you gather a reference if you're making something original? Like, for example, original character, do you need to get someone to draw a reference for you or draw it into yourself? No, if you do an original character, of course, you need it first drawn, most likely. And somebody will draw it for you, but when somebody is doing an original character, they are gathering references too, because this original character will have this type of pants. Get some references for this type of pants so you can know how the folds are and everything, and how the pockets are. Then he will have this kind of jacket. Okay, let's get some references for the jacket, and we gather references for each part. For the face, he needs to look something between Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, and Arnold Schwarzenegger. So we gather references from those and start working. You know, nothing is completely original usually. If you do something completely original, usually it will be abomination. Not something that anybody will like. How you earn from sculpting? Please answer. How to earn from sculpting? Find job in the industry, which you cannot do right now too much. Other than that, you can make nice sculpts, sell them, like Warhammer figures or something similar. You can sell them in some sites and earn money from that if somebody buys them, you know. Other than that, but the easiest way is to get very good, to know the whole pipeline, to make a character for video games, and find jobs in the industry, and work from there. Nico, I'm a noob, and I have a question. Back in Gameloft, why do you use 3D Max? Is ZBrush alone not enough to make a character for game? It's almost enough, but I was using ZBrush. Back in the days, I was starting to use ZBrush for everything. I was using ZBrush for high poly, for low poly, and UVs, but I needed a program to put it afterwards, to clean it, because ZBrush sometimes creates this kind of interesting polygons and planes. Some things are not welded together. So I need a real 3D program to fix that. So I used Blender. And before that, I was using 3D Max for retopologizing and all the other stuff. But, you know, in a certain studios, when you ask, can I use Blender? Usually they are okay with it, especially for our job, because Blender is free and they don't have to pay licenses to it, which is great. But of course, if you know Blender and they want Maya, some studios will be like, no, you have to learn Maya, which of course is not a huge issue. You can learn basics of 3D software like Maya, ZBrush, even Max, for about a month if you put yourself into it. So it's not a huge deal if you are familiar with the 3D world as a whole. Oh, I haven't get my pills for the allergies. Yeah. Oh, nice. Finally caught stream when it's live. Yeah, this stream is a little stream, you know. Hi Nico, you started your beginner's course in Udemy. I have a question. Is there a difference in sculpting for 3D printing, topology-wise? No, topology-wise, no. When I'm working on a course, for example, all of my courses, which are for Blender, I kind of emphasize for 3D printing, but also it's the same, like the thickness of all the things, the fabrics and everything has to be a certain thickness, much thicker than normal, in order to work for 3D print, but also for games. You know, in games, everything is a little bit thicker. In some games, it's a lot thicker, especially if they're stylized. So there are things, but I also say that in my courses. Hey Nico, the background color is on the right in world settings. Background. World. World second. Where is that? This is the material. World. Aha, here. New world. Background color. White. Yeah, it is here, of course. But when we are on the render window, when we're not on the render window, it's not exactly here as we see. Would you show us how to cut 3D model for printing? I don't cut them anymore. I was cutting them back in the days in ZBrush, and in ZBrush cutting them is not that difficult, although even in ZBrush sometimes it crashes, the model crashes, the ZBrush crashes, because of a lot of polygons, a lot of other things. So in Blender it will be even more difficult. And I have developed a way of cutting some things in Blender, but now I don't feel the need to cut them, since even a complex model like this, you know, if you have a good 3D printer, it's able to be printed without any cutting. This one is printed completely without any cuts. It's just printed like this, and it came out great. So, you know, cutting will be less and less, I guess, in the years that comes. I can't believe you said subscribe. Yes. Hi Nico, thank you so much for your efforts in education of sculpting. At the moment I nearly completed your rabbit course, and then which course of yours for continuation you suggest? I suggest, of course, the anatomy courses. The head anatomy and the female anatomy and the superhuman anatomy also. Those anatomy courses are always good to have. Where's the real Nico? The real Nico is someplace else. We don't know. So as far as I know, you can sculpt with and without reference, right? No, I cannot sculpt without reference. I can sculpt without reference, of course, but what would I sculpt? If I want to sculpt something specific like Wolverine or something, why should I sculpt without reference? It's useless. You know, I will do something that will resemble Wolverine, but it will not quite be it. If I have a good reference, I will make it the best that I can. So we have till early 2027 to get good and hopefully land the job. Exactly, yes. Nico, you're looking like Alex Pereira from UFC. No, he's way sinister looking than me. Way more sinister. Hey bro, I'm getting my MasterCard to purchase your course. I'm from India, by the way. So in India you cannot purchase without MasterCard. Okay. And you can also create a 3D character with and without reference in layout. I don't know what you're talking about. Do you use vertex color to make the rough map, etc.? No. I use vertex color only for the characters who are not for games. When I'm doing a character for game, for example, I use the vertex color to differentiate between different materials, because usually most of the body is one mesh. And I'm making this clown map or color map, which I bake in Substance Painter, and then I use it to select the colors and make materials in Substance Painter. For the face part, I usually make it in with the vertex color, and then just bake it as a diffuse map in Substance Painter. Are books or video courses better for learning? Video courses, of course, are better because you are seeing what's happening exactly. Hey Nico, watching from Brazil. Hello Brazil. Are you familiar with what program do computer animators use to make movies? What programs they use to make movies? Usually I think movies are made with Maya. But there are movies made with Blender and Max too, so I don't know which movies you refer to. And also I don't know each movie, which program it was made with, so yeah. Where the small bars are for shading on top right, there is a drop menu arrow, and you can change the mode to viewport, and there you can pick a color for background. Small balls, viewport, viewport shading, viewport. Ah, here it is. Yes. Now we're talking. Cut model with booleans or mask extract, what is better? Booleans usually works, but they product a little bit of strange geometry. Of course you can do it, it's not a problem. Everything, you have to use everything what you need to use to make something. You know, if you consider working with booleans will be better to achieve a certain result, use them. Don't hesitate. Also, for people who want to try original concept but cannot draw, is using AI good option to use for reference? I'm using AI for references mostly to train myself and for the streams. Sometimes we are using AI concepts for the streams because I think they are useful because you know AI is making very nice looking pictures and sometimes also very nice looking overall silhouette of the character, and we can use that to train ourselves to work on good concepts. Of course, sometimes I should make work from bad concepts just to show you that it's possible. Not recommended though, because it's difficult. The bad concepts require a very good artist to make it look decent. The good concept require a decent artist to make it look great, you know? Oh. Nico, Blender difficult with hard surface sculpt concept, right? No. I would love to buy a good printer. Good printer means a resin printer, which I don't have space for it because you know it's toxic. Yes, that's why I don't have it in my place. I have it in the garage of one of my friends. It is unbelievable how you sculpt so accurate in such short period of time. Yes, but it's not accurate enough. It's not completely perfect, as you can see. It's kinda accurate. It's not the best. Yes, I have to even get this mouth a little bit narrower, and I'm looking at the stream right now. I'm not looking at my Blender because it's, curiously enough, looking at my Blender, the model looks pretty cool. I mean, it looks fine. When I look at the stream, it looks horrible, and I am looking now at the stream and trying to fix a little bit at least the mouth to make it a little bit smaller, but it doesn't work quite well, so yeah, whatever, it's fine. I'll save it. Do industry professionals still do retopology manually, or they rely on external tools to automate it? No, nobody is automating it. I mean, you can automate part of it, but the whole thing, in order to do a model for games especially, working by hand is the only way right now. Do movies use ZBrush for their CGI? Yes, a lot. Will I get a job in gaming industry in Japan if I have a good portfolio and not have any certificates or any degree? I don't know in Japan, but in any game industry, they don't care about your portfolio or degree. You may not have finished high school at all or school as a whole. You just need to be able to write emails sometimes, of course in English, in most places, and have a great portfolio. If you can you know, make models and make them good, nobody cares if you have a degree or not. That's the thing. Brother, when you read the chat, you look old. But when I don't read the chat, I don't look, so I look old like this, and now I look young. Old, young, old, young, old, young. I'm old, you know, I'm 42 years old, so I'm not the youngest person around. East or west, Nico is the best, only problems is north and south. Do you have a discount code for ArtStation courses? You know, in the courses, if you go to the courses, in ArtStation, let's go to the courses. This is my ArtStation page, you go to the store here below, and those are the courses. You know, they were discounted a couple of days ago, the whole ArtStation discount there was, but you have bundles here. So they are always 35% off. 7 courses, all the courses are $20 each, let's say, but they are discounted, so they are 88 instead of $140 or something like this. So we have, this is the discount that I have. You know, promo code for a course, which is a full course, like 20 hours course, and you want promo code to get it for less than $20, it's a little bit laughable. So yeah, this price is pretty low. In Udemy, they are in bigger prices, and I have promo codes for that. By the way, the promo code for Udemy for this month is... I send it as an email to everybody, so you should be able to see it, most likely. But if you haven't, it should be Wow Summer 24. So the promo code is for Udemy for this month. Let's see if we can write it on the screen. No, we can't. Now we can. Whoa. Summer 24. Because it's summer. And it's all caps, of course. Yeah, amazing. I don't write too much by hand, so this is my excuse for this ugly thing that I did. Oops. Okay. It's blinking, 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 and it disappeared. You cannot see it anymore. That's the thing. Port reviews. No, now we will finish this. Portfolio reviews maybe tomorrow if I have time, probably. Yes, we can do. Nico, in what time day are you live? Live. Usually Mondays around this time. Please sculpt UFC fighter. You see, this is likeness. By the way, I'm planning to do a review with the best likeness artist in Bulgaria, Ivailo Ivanov. I don't know if I'll be able to do it this week, or we have to wait for the beginning of August, but we'll see. Never saw you sculpt fat face, you always do kind of perfect face. So you haven't seen the sumo sculpt, okay? So go and see the sumo sculpt. I know I meant for chat, for fat char, okay? Are you suggesting the promo code for the website design it? I don't know. Are you caught up on portfolio reviews? No, I'm not caught up, definitely. But let's see how other people have done this concept. Let's put it here. Go to the weekly challenge and go to the where I released it here. And this is my first try, by the way. Yeah, fast sculpt. As you can see, there is no yellow behind. This guy usually is doing great, but here he probably did it for 20 minutes, so it's not that great. We have the tiger here. Good. We have this. Not bad. But you can see that this character is not easy. This is a little bit more time has spent, this guy. You see the hair is more clean. The goggles are cleaner. Everything is cleaner. We have even a zipper here, which is great. That's nice. This is the from the last week, I think. Okay, some guys are asking for feedback here. This is the girl from a couple of weeks ago. Okay, we have this. This is made, I guess, in... okay, this by the way is very cool. So he had made a plane, a white plane behind the character, and he had drawn the yellow in that plane, which is again a good thinking. I would say it's fine, it's cool. I should consider that. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, another good. But as you can see, nobody has done a ultra good job. Yeah, many people are doing pretty good, I would say. This one is pretty good. This one is very good, I would say. Yeah, pretty cool. This, okay, and... yeah, this is one of the latest. Not bad. But as we can see, it's not super close to the concept as well as mine. Mine is not also super close to the concept. Why? Maybe I could do it very close to the concept, but we need a couple of things. First, a lot more time. Maybe 1 or 2 more hours. Second thing is the right lighting. It has to be the right lighting. Now with this lighting, it will not be the same. Lighting, not lightning. But yeah, it's fine. Now you can start at 43 years. If you can start at 43 years, what would be your advice? If I have to start right now, doing something other than sculpting, for example, I don't know, you know. My advice for everybody who starts doing whatever is to practice a lot. In order to be very good at something, in order to be competitive in any field, you need a lot of practice, a lot of hours into that thing. For example, you need to be very good in making bathrooms physically, to put the tiles, to make the ceiling, to make the bathtub, whatever. You need to go with a certain guy who has done it a lot of times and help him, watch him doing it, to be his servant, for example. And then when you do it a couple of times, you will get the experience, so you can do it yourself. But in order to become good at it, you have to do it a lot. So in the beginning, you probably will not be as good. Experience is needed in everything, especially in sculpting, when also anatomy is involved. In most sculpts that you will do, anatomy will be involved. And when anatomy is involved, it's difficult, because anatomy is something that you learn your whole life. There is no like a top of the mountain when it comes to anatomy. There is just the climb, and you climb your whole life. Nobody has reached the top. Even Michelangelo or Leonardo, maybe they have reached higher than most, but there is no top. You can always do better. Concept wins against anyone in Discord, yes. How many hours a day? At least 4 to 5 hours a day, in my opinion, in order to become good at something. I'm beginner, you sculpt it in front view, kind of fine, but side view ugly. Exactly. When you don't have a side view, usually you will not have a side view. When you rotate it, it will look like hell. Mine, it's looking relatively fine, because I consider this. I usually consider the front view too, not only the side view too. Everything. I'm a 3D artist. I have to, especially in the beginning. Slave, yeah. Brother, do you live in a wooden house or concrete house? I live in concrete block with a lot of apartments. In apartment complex, we may say. Is AI can take our chance in anatomy? I don't know, we'll see. I don't sculpt, can I still watch you? You can try. If you can, so you can. You know. If something happens and you lose your vision while watching me, then you cannot watch me, you know. But if you can watch me, so you can. That's the idea. What do you think about left-handed people in art? Nobody cares if you're left-handed or you are drawing or sculpting with your feet or with your nose or with your mouth. If you're doing good art, it's fine. So, yeah. Can you hear neighbors through walls? Yes, I can. Sometimes my neighbors are screaming very hard, so it's pretty hearable. But you get used to it, you know. It's normal, it's fine. I am not dreaming about house, you know, away from everybody, because there are a lot of problems with the houses. You have to always, you know, go with the car. I like to go with the metro. The metro is close here, so I can go to the center. I can go almost everywhere with the metro in the city. And I like to go with the metro. It's faster and it's more convenient. And also, since I have this anxiety, I restrain myself of driving car too much. I don't like it too much to drive car, especially in the city where it's crowded. I'm always afraid, you know, that something will happen. But this is just me, of course. It's not you, so it's fine. Hi, you made tutorial of animation rigging? Not so much. I am not a rigger. You can always watch Nico for the smooth voice, almost. But the question is, do you think they are special in these things? But which things? You mean the left-handed people? I don't know. I haven't thought about it. Is Blender using AAA to sculpture? Not so much, but it will be. It will be more and more, because Blender, as you can see, is a pretty capable sculpting program. I've heard some people in the YouTube that they don't know exactly what they're talking about. They hear something from here and there, they don't know, because they don't sculpt. I'm a professional sculptor. I know how to sculpt, and I know ZBrush, and I sculpted in ZBrush for 10 years. Now I work in Blender, and I can say with convenient that Blender, with confidence, not with convenient, I can say with confidence that Blender is completely capable, good enough software for stylized projects. For super realistic projects, I wouldn't use Blender, because you will need a very high-end computer with very high-end graphic card, so you can go up the polygons, so you can make pores. Although the pores, of course, can be made afterwards in the texture, that depends on you. But it's good enough for almost anything, and it's good enough. Blender is good enough for anything that I use it for. I always work only on stylized projects, slightly stylized, or a lot stylized. It doesn't matter. So Blender is absolutely good enough for me. I got your course on head exercises and I just started it, but I like your approach on things and jokes sprinkled in there. Yeah, I try to not be that dry, you know. Everything has to be a little bit more interesting for people. It proves we humans are all the same as hell. Probably all the same as heaven would be better, say, you know. Doesn't need to be hell. Can I send you a sculpt and you give me feedback? I don't know, the site can let me... No, this cannot let you here. So much ZBrush in today's stream. I had ZBrush interface, have to relearn the shortcuts every time. Yeah, I have a video about that too in my other channel. Why did you switch to Blender? I have a video about that in my other channel too. So in the description you will find link to my other channel, which is Speedchar. There you can find videos about my artistic journey from like 6 years old to now. A lot of artworks, a lot of things. When I started 3D, my first 3Ds and everything is there in this video. I have another video, what tablet am I using and why. Very good video. I have another video, which is for why I quit Blender for ZBrush as a professional character artist. I quit ZBrush for Blender, yeah, as a professional 3D character artist. So, a lot of things, yeah. Have you tried Octane Blender? And if you yes, do you think it's good? No, I haven't tried Octane Blender. Would you give it a try sculpting a mecha like Tekama Blade as a new challenge? No, mecha is mechanical sculpting is not sculpting. It will be modeling most likely, and I will not take it as a challenge. It would take too much time, and it's not good for a YouTube video. But Nico, which shampoo do you use? Your hair is so shiny. Yeah, no, it's very nice. I use a very local shampoo here, Bulgarian shampoo, and it's very cheap. It's like €3 a bottle. So yeah, and my hair is growing just fine. You know, you see here a lot of hair because of the shampoo. Here also a lot of hair. Shampoo. Where do you live? I live in Sofia, Bulgaria, because I'm Bulgarian. Bulgar, we say that, yeah. What focal length should I use for sculpting? I tried to remember it 3 times by now and I forget every time. 85, 90, 100, it's fine. Everything above 80 is cool, especially for faces. If you're sculpting only bodies, then you can do it 55 or 60, it's not a problem. But for bodies, for faces, you need a bigger focal length, so it's not that distorted. How can we see if the drawing has started or finished? So when you start the drawing, usually you have a blank paper. So then you know you started the drawing. When you finish the drawing, you will have something in this blank paper. Then the drawing is finished. You know, looks nothing like reference. Not nothing, but yeah, it's not exactly perfect. I know you since you use Intuos tablet, brother. Yeah, I know. You're a very good and cool person in Bulgarian. Thank you very much. Nose is too different. Yeah, nose is different, definitely. It's because of a lot of factors, but I will not change it. Because we have to finish this stream now, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next stream, which should be these days, because we need to go with the ArtStation portfolio reviews. Hopefully. We'll see.